Hi, I'm Maggie. If you've watched any of my other videos, then you know I'm an artist, a clinical social worker, and I have bronchiectasis. Now, if you can say bronchiectasis or spell it, then you probably have it too. I offer these videos to you to share how art and guided meditation can reduce some of the stress that we live with, even if just for a little while. Although I talk about bronchiectasis, the stress that we endure is true of any chronic illness. So if you have another medical challenge that you're living with, I welcome you and I hope you find something here that's useful. Living with bronchiectasis and any lung disease has many challenges for us. Our days are totally focused on our self-care, airway clearance, making sure we're eating healthy, exercising, which can be really hard when you can't breathe or you're really exhausted, resting, and staying away from people who are sick. And that's really hard because sometimes the people who are sick are the people that we love the most. Living with bronchiectasis is all consuming, highly stressful, and to be honest, frightening. I've lived with it for 30 years, have had 2 lobectomies, and more hospitalizations than I can count. And I still have exacerbations. I was in the hospital a month ago. All of us have a different story about living with BE, but one common thread connects us all, and that's stress. So I'm here to share 2 ways for managing stress that work for me. As an artist, the moments that I spend creating keep me totally present. When I'm painting, nothing else is in my head but the art. And in this special place that I create for myself, bronchiectasis doesn't exist. And the other place that I find this same state of peace is in meditation. Now, I know meditation isn't for everyone. Some people just can't find the stillness or the ability to shut out the thoughts. And I get that. But today, I'd like to invite you to join me in just a 10-minute guided imagery meditation for relaxation, and then show you an easy, relaxing art exercise that you can do. So if you're willing to let me guide you, I invite you to get comfortable wherever you're sitting. Feel your back against the chair or your pillow. Put your feet on the floor if you can. And place your hands in an open, upright position and let them sit on your thighs. Close your eyes and take a slow breath in through your nose and a gentle exhale out through your mouth. Use however much breath your lungs have to give you. If you have to cough, that's okay. Just come right back to the breathing. Again, a slow, easy breath, as deep as you can, through your nose, and a long, gentle exhale through your mouth. As you continue to breathe gently in and out, relax your forehead. Let the muscles smooth out. Let your face totally relax. Unclench your jaw. Let your shoulders fall down away from your ears. Feel your abdomen rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. Feel your bottom underneath you. Let the muscles relax. Your thighs, down your calves, and down to your feet. And now, continuing to breathe in and out, knowing that you are perfectly and utterly safe, I invite you to place your hands lovingly over your chest, turning your attention inward to your lungs. As you breathe in and out, I want you to let a color come to mind. And that color, your own special color, takes the form of a mist in the air before you, a colorful vapor curling like a ribbon, twirling and twisting playfully in front of your eyes. And as you take a gentle breath in, this magical, colorful mist makes its way into your airways, warming and soothing the places that are tight and sore. The colorful mist gently and lovingly making its way into your bronchial tubes, into the small tree-like branches of your lungs, soothing any discomfort, calming inflamed tissue as it winds its way into the deep crevices, cleansing and healing as it goes. Your colorful mist dissolves pockets of mucus that might have gathered there, removing any microscopic particles that just don't belong. And now, your miraculous curling color of vapor, having soothed and cleansed all the tiny areas that make up your lungs, can begin to depart. Taking a final deep breath in. As you exhale, see your color, the mist, travel on your breath out into the air. And before it disappears, it lingers just for a moment, swirling playfully in the air. And somehow you know that this color, this gentle mist, is here for you anytime you need it. And so now, your hands still tenderly over your lungs, take a moment, acknowledging how hard your lungs work to give you breath, as damaged as they may be, feeling an awareness of how your lungs know how hard you work to take care of them. And as much as they are able, they continue to breathe for you, to allow you to live this life. And knowing this, take a moment and send them thoughts of love and gratitude. Taking a final breath in and then exhale. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back into the room. Take a few moments and sit with yourself. I hope you feel a little bit calmer than you did before we started. I hope you feel relaxed and know that you just did something really special for yourself. If you want to stop here, that's fine. But while we're in this state of relaxation, I have an art exercise that is perfect for this, and there's no experience required. All you need is a piece of paper, pen, or a colored pencil, or a marker. If you have any watercolors, that's great, but not required. And we are going to use that color that you choose. So you can either stop the video here, gather your supplies, and come back, or you can just watch me and do it on your own later. So what we're going to do is a single line drawing. What that means is that once you start, you draw your lines without lifting the pen off the paper. It's a very similar to a style known as neurographic art, which is also used as a relaxation tool. And if you really like this and want to explore that further when we're done, you can Google that and learn all about it. And there are tons of YouTube videos about it. So here we go. What we're making is this, an easy, free-flowing design. And I'm going to make one and I'll show you. And then I'll show you some ways that you can take it even further. So I'm going to bring you down and show you my paper. And I've got my pen. I'm using a Micron pen. And this one happens to be archival ink. So it is waterproof. So that works well for me to use watercolor over it. But you don't have to use this. You can use any pen or a colored pencil. And you can either go up this way or diagonal, either way, whichever way you want. It doesn't matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here at the bottom, and we're just going to start with a line. And then we're going to let that line move slowly and gently, just letting designs come, intersecting the lines, connecting them, letting the pen just go where it wants to go. No pressure. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's just the experience of being here, drawing lines, drawing circles, letting your pen move. And you can make big lines to the side if you want, or you can just keep it small. As long as you interconnect, that's the key here, making connections with the lines. All right, I'm going to go really fast up to the top so we don't take too much time. So here you go. This is what we're starting with, which is a really simple design, but as you could tell, it was relaxing and just easy to do. And now I'm going to show you what we can do with it next. So what we're going to do now is find where these lines interconnect. So here's a place where the lines connect, and you're going to just draw a circle. Here's another place. And this part is also relaxing because what you're doing is you're looking for these connections, and it's almost like a puzzle. And you're just making circles and connecting them. And this is nice to do if you play some music, or you can do it while you're watching TV. And you don't need anything special. You can just grab a piece of computer paper or a notebook and just connect the dots here where they intersect. All right, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to do them all because I have a lot of connections here. And I'm going to show you what we have. Um, so here it is, finished this part. So what you can see is adding those little circles and connecting these lines really make it a much more interesting design. And it just brings it to another level of staying in the moment, using your pen, feeling it on the paper, and being relaxed and calm. So there's a couple of ways that you can really bring this to the next level and embellish it. I'm going to show you a few. So here's two. In this one, I took my watercolors and I wet the whole thing, and then I just kind of did a wash. So that's a blue background. My color was blue, obviously. And that went right over my marker line. So that's why, in this case, using a waterproof pen is important, because if you do want to do watercolors over it, you don't want this to get muddy. And then on this side, what I did was I did from diagonally on this one just to show you how different it looks. I just filled in these shapes with my color blue. So there's two examples. Now, if you want to go really big, this is a combination of both of these, the watercolor background and filling in the shapes. Now, this was really fun to do because it took a much longer time. I was in a really relaxed space. It was easy, and I get a nice piece of art, abstract art out of it. Now, these lines are much thicker than the ones we did here, and that's because I used a marker, a Sharpie pen. So my lines got thicker. I did start with the single line that we did here. But then when I was done it, you can tell that I did kind of add lines and made more circles just to play with it more. But I did also fill in shapes with a darker blue than the background to make it really pop. So you might be asking, how did I get these circles so perfectly? Because that's part of kind of why it looks cool is the circles are all the same stencil. I use a lot of these. I cheat. So there it is. Three different types of single line drawing. And if you liked this working with shapes, which I really like because again, it's relaxing, it's fun, there's no pressure of making some grand piece of art. But here's one that is same, different colors, different lines perhaps, but on the same page as doing what we just did. So I didn't start with that kind of an exercise. I started with just making shapes, drawing them on the paper, and then using my paints, coloring them in, then going back, kind of adding the circles, and a fun piece of nice abstract art that was really fun to do and looks cool too. I think it's good. So anyway, there it is. Um, Meditation for our lungs and an easy art exercise that you can do to feel relaxed. So, thank you for being here with me today. I hope this was helpful for you. I have other videos of a similar style if you want to look at those. Um, but thank you and take care of yourself and be well. Bye bye.